The video we're making is for the the 7th week of class. Unless this is the summer, then it's the 4th week of class. It's the Chapter 25 lab, and there are a lot of data points to be taken. So you need to open, save, and print the table, and we're going to first run volume 2. And it says to click on electricity, click on series parallel circuit. Well, isn't that funny looking? Measure the internal resistance of one of the 24-volt batteries. Okay, so there's my 24-volt battery. Measure the internal resistance of one of the 24-volt batteries. Record in cell B3. And now we're supposed to find the power of one of the series lights. Okay, so the internal resistance. Okay, so we hook that up and we have 20 something volts across it. And then we turn it on, and with that many amps through it. Okay, so that should be enough data to do what that says to do. Okay, good enough. Then we want to know, use the illustration to find the power of one of the series lights. Let's see, so what are the power of one of the series lights? Well, let's turn it on, boom. Bring this down on the battery, boom. Okay, so if we know the voltage and we know the current, we can calculate the power. So that should be okay. We'll look at the information, and if you want to read that, that's fine. Okay, we're going to quit volume 2 and run volume 1. And click on EM and click on resistive circuits. Resistive circuits. Okay, looks like we're almost there. And then click on the first circuit on the left, one battery, one resistor. Boom, okay, that's where we are, that's good. And we want to be on 6 volts on the battery, which we are, and we're going to change the resistance in 10 ohm increments from 10 to 100 ohms. And this is run 1, and we're going to record voltage, current, and power. Voltage, current, and power on our Excel spreadsheet. And I guess we don't need, okay, so we're there, we got it. And resistor 1, we're going to start at 10. Okay, so I'm at 10 ohms. So that's your first data point. I'm now going to 20 ohms. We're at 20 ohms. There's your second data point. Oh, almost. 30 ohms, there's your third data point. 40 ohms is your 40 data point. 50 ohms. 60 ohms, another data point. 70 ohms, another data point. 80 ohms, take another data point. 90 ohms, take another data point. 100 ohms, take the last data point. That ends run number 1. We're now going to do run number 2. And run number 2 says click on the circuit with the 2 resistors in series. Okay, so there's the 2 resistors in series. And then we're going to do combinations of resistors that are the same as our data sheet. So we're going to have our spreadsheet close by. And resistor number 2 for the first run, resistor 1, first data point 25, resistor 2 is going to be at 25. Okay, so I have resistor 1 and resistor 2 both at 25. Take your data. I'm now moving resistor 1 to 50. Take your data. You have 6 pieces of data to write down, so I'll slow down a little bit, I suppose. We're going to 75. Take your data. Going to 100. We're at 100. Take your data. Okay, we're going to drop the 1 resistor back down to 25. And we're going to go to 50 on resistor 2. Take your data. I'm going to go up to 50 on resistor 1. Take your data. Going up to 75 on resistor 1. Take your data. Going up to 100 on resistor 1. Take your data. Halfway through run number 2, we're coming back to 25 on resistor 1 and up to 75 on resistor 2. Okay, we're there. Take your data. Going to 50 on resistor 1. Take your data. Going to 75 on resistor 1. Take your data. Going to 100 on resistor 1. Take your data. Okay, moving resistor 2 to 100. Resistor 1 to 25. Take your data. Resistor 1 going to 50. Take your data. Resistor 1 going to 75. Maybe. 75, take your data. Resistor 1 going to 100, take your data. That ends run number 2. We're now going to go to run number 3, 2 resistors in parallel. Okay, so that would be that guy there, 2 resistors in parallel. We're going to start with 25, 25. Okay, so we're at 25, 25. Take your data. We're moving to 50, 25. Take your data. Moving to 75, 25. Take your data. Moving to 175, 25. Take your data. Okay, moving resistor 2 to 50, resistor 1 to 25. Take your data. Moving resistor 1 to 50. Take your data. Moving resistor 1 to 75. Take your data. Moving resistor 1 to 100. Take your data. Okay. Moving back to 25 on resistor 1. And up to 75 on resistor 2. Okay, take your data. Up to 50 on resistor 1. Take your data. Up to 75 on resistor 1. Take your data. Okay, we're in run 3 doing 75, 75. I'm now going up to 100 on resistor 1. Take your data. Okay, back to 25 on resistor 1. Up to 100 on resistor 2. Take your data. I'm at 50 on resistor 1, 100 on resistor 2. Take your data. $75 on resistor 1, 100 on resistor 2. Take your data. And 100 on both resistors. Take your data. That ends run number 3. We're now going to do run number 4, which is the 4 resistors series parallel circuit. So there we are, 4 resistors series parallel, and we want all 4 resistors to start off at 25. Okay, so all 4 resistors are at 25. You're going to take your data. We're going to change resistor 4. You may want to pause the video to get your data, so that because there's a lot of data points there to take. I'm going to go to 50. So there's the second data point. Take your data. Going to 75. Take your data. Going to 100. Take your data. Okay, now we're going to go back and we're going to put resistor 1 at 50. Everybody else at 25. And we're there. Take your data. Resistor 4 at 50 also. Take your data. Resistor 4 at 75. Take your data. And at 100, take your data. Okay, now we're going to put resistor 1 at 75. Okay, 75, no, not yet. There you go, 75. And everybody's at 25, and we're doing number 4 again. Okay, so take your data. Going to 50. Take your data. Going to 75. Take your data. That means all these things over here, in case you're wondering. Going to 100. Take your data. Halfway through run 4. Okay, now we're going to put resistor 1 at 100. Resistor 2 stays at 25. Resistor 3 goes to 50. And resistor 1 drops to 25. Okay, take your data. Going up to 50 on resistor 4. Take your data. Going up to 75 on resistor 4. Take your data. Going up to 100 on resistor 4. Take your data. And the next part is 100, 25, 75 on 3. And we want 25 on 4. Take your data. We have 50 coming up on 50 on 4. Take your data. Coming up on 75 on 4. Take your data. And 100 on 4. Take your data. Okay, just 4 more data points to get. We want 100, we want 25, we want another 100. There we are. First data point, 125, 125. Take your data. Moving up to 50. Take your data. Moving up to 75. Take your data. Moving up to 100. Take your data. Now you have a whole lot of calculations to do, but if you do them right the first time, you can just use the spreadsheet to get the other ones and they'll all be right. Do the calculations with 4 significant digits and that would be good. We'll look at the theory for a little while, but I'm sure that there's nothing there that you don't already know. This ends the collection of data for the lab for Chapter 25.